Symmetrical, asymmetrical? Symmetrical. It has visual balance. Does it have physical balance?
Yeah.
Okay. I set my line. What else?
Shape.
Okay. So my shape is a
Circle.
pretty much a circle. It's a little bit taller than a half a circle, but it's still round. Does it have one focal point? Nope. Because it's a centerpiece, it needs to be equally beautiful all around. Not necessarily one location that stands out any more than the other. So I've used a variety of textures now, right? The leather leaf has a texture, this filler tree fern has a texture, and then the different textures of the mums and the carnation. What's the color scheme I just created?
One.
Oh, well, is that a color scheme? That's a season or a theme, but what's the color? One of those color schemes that we talked about. So, find yellow on that color wheel over there.
Analogous.
What's opposite of it? Does white count in there? No. So what is this color scheme? Complementary. Two colors opposite each other on the color wheel. Doesn't have to be like the pure hue of, or the color purple. It could be a tint tone or shade of either one of those. Okay, so this is not like a true yellow, right? It's a little bit yellow orange, but it's still considered yellow. Lavender would be complementary. Okay, so for the baby's breath insertion, just like we talked about when you did your bud vases, you want to use as big a piece as you can so that you don't have to take the time to insert a whole bunch of small ones. So I'm going to see if I can figure out a place to use this whole piece together. I don't know if I am, so I think this one's going to have to come off. I'm going to cut it a little bit shorter and try to use this one piece to cover a lot of this area up at the top of this design. I need it shorter. So notice how I'm moving the mums out of the way. If you don't move the mums out of the way and you stick your hand in there, you could shatter them easily, because if you just hit the side of that mum, those petals will fall out. So you can move the flowers out of the way a little bit without, try not to break them or bend them so far that they do break. So I'm looking at this piece. It's a little bit shorter. I'm going to use it down here. So instead of looking at a location and then cutting a piece to fit that location, look at your piece of material and then decide where you can put it. Because I know I'm going to distribute this throughout the whole design, so I just need to look for the right location where I think that that stem is going to be long enough to accomplish filling in that space. So I'll finish this design by putting baby's breath all around, top, bottom, middle. Probably I should look at it, hold it up and look at it at eye level and make sure everything looks okay. See if I need any more leather leaf down at the bottom. Maybe right in this spot, but I'll finish the baby's breath first and then decide. Anybody have any questions so far? Okay, so when I'm finished with this design, if I were in a shop, well, okay, let me back up. When I'm finished, I'm going to spray it with Crowning Glory. Okay, that's going to help the flowers last longer. Even though they're in water, that will help them last a longer period of time. If I were in a shop, then I would add water to the container and put it in the cooler. You guys are going to be taking these home, so you can add water, but it'll probably spill out in your car. So you might want to just not add water until you get home. And then when you add water, you can either get a cup and just pour it in or aim it into the middle here so that it hits the container, or just put it under the faucet, gentle stream, and just let it fill up. You can kind of get your finger into the reservoir and see if it is, if you feel standing water, then that's good. You would need to add water every day, sometimes twice a day if your house is kind of warm, because the flowers drink a lot of water. Looking for some longer pieces to go up high. Are you guys going to remember how to do this by next week? No? That's a good thing I'm doing a video then, huh? I'll do a refresher before you get started, just kind of reminding you of the pattern of 9, and you'll pick out your colors. And Okay. Am I getting close? Is this side close?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna call it done.